Hello there, RJB here for RJB TV, and today we're looking at game number 2 between JH and Kang Taewan. Yesterday they played the first match, well they played it about a month ago, but in yesterday's match, JH won after about 30 minutes of a very nice PvT between the two players. It was a very close match, but JH in the end came out on top, just a little bit more consistent with the game plan than KangTaewan was. KangTaewan though played amazingly well. But this time around we've got game number 2 and the races have switched around. JH now on the Terran. This is again the pink? No, not pink. Beige? Honestly, I don't know what the color is. Might be pink, might be something else. KangTaewan here on the red Protoss on the other side of the map. This should be good. This should be good. Let's get the sound setting just adjusted a tiny little bit. I think the sound is a little bit too... It's okay. Just my headset, in which the sound from the game is very loud. So I'm going to turn down the headset a little bit of my own sound. Alright, so what are we looking at? Terran against Protoss. JH is a very strong Terran player. He knows what to do. He's very consistent. He's got a great sense of just finding his way around all the things a Protoss will throw his way, somehow making it out alive. Most of the time, sometimes he just straight up dies. That's also a scenario, of course. But he usually finds a way around all of the things the Protoss is doing and makes it out on top. He's very consistently very smart, precise, and prioritizes all the correct things in the correct order. KangTaewan on the other side of the map, though, is a very explosive, micro-focused player, and he loves to go for all kinds of very tricky setups that his opponents usually don't see coming or aren't prepared for. KangTaewan is all about the execution. He's a very great macro player as well, though, but he's mostly focused on execution and control. Much less on getting super big or getting a very big economy. He's usually focused on just absolutely beasting with his control. JH, on the other hand, though, might be somewhere in between. He's very good at macro, but he's mostly very good at getting all the things he needs, doing all the things he has to do. So both players are somewhat similar in a sense, just that JH is less micro-focused, less control-focused, and more focused on the game plan itself. That's his strength. He focuses on the game plan. So he gets in there with 2 Marines, but the Zealot already spawned, so the Zealot's going to take care of some of those units. Also, I'm going to have to just quickly turn on the production tab there in the top corner, because I turned it off by accident. So now it's back. Now I can see what they're making. Cybercore there on the way. Marine getting information. Marines in the front trying to bust down the front door, but there's 2 Zealots there ready to protect the cannon. The cannon is halfway done. It's going to take a while before it finishes, so these Marines might just win the fight against the Zealot before the cannon itself finishes. Start to go for the cannon, and Speed there gets some damage down. The cannon in the front goes down. Marines are breaking in. The game is looking very bad here for KangTaewan, but now he has 3 Zealots and 2 more on the way. One of them spawns right away as I'm mentioning it. Pylon in the front goes down, he's supply stuck, but now we've got 4 Zealots against about 6-7 Marines. Marines are pulling back. 1 Marine there still running around in the base, getting attacked by probes. Now this is a large group of Marines here in the middle. JH is pushing his advantage, he's going full ham, he's going aggro all the way. Can KangTaewan prevent critical amounts of damage, or will he suffer a devastating blow early on into the match? Pylon goes down, still supply stuck, Probe there getting bucked. Loading a cannon there in the back. He's got about 5 Marines ready to, well, 5 Zealots ready to fight back. 2 more on the way. A lot of Marines are entering the fray, hammering away at the probes, at the gates, penetrating through in between, going for the probes there in the back. Probes pulled off the minerals. Probes going down. He lost about 5 already. Now the Marines are trying to kill as many as they can, giving their lives for a greater purpose, for a greater good. That's about 10 probes in total taken down. JH is building himself a massive lead now, but he is losing all of his Marines. A couple more Marines are on the bottom side, ready to sneak in as the Zealots are moving out, ready to counterattack, because now he's got a lot of Zealots. And there's not many Marines left for JH. He's building 2 bunkers there in the front just to keep the Marines safe from a counterattack. But now the Marines coming in for another sneak attack there on the back. Probes are fighting back. South comes in to help as well, but he kills 2, 3, maybe 4 probes in total. Well, he killed 3. Almost killed 4. Almost 1 HP. But it wasn't enough. But, he does have a Citadel of Adun finishing up. Robo number 2 and 1, both there, and a support bay also on the way. He's got a lot of gas. He's got almost no minerals there, though. He's got 12 there on the minerals, and that's about all he has. He can't go into JH's base, so JH is very safe. JH has a little bit of a delayed stim upgrade because he went for a barracks first into a command center. After he had 3 barracks, he went a command center into an academy. So his stim upgrade and range are only just now finishing up and starting. Back there being thrown down as well, and an engineering bay for detection. Command center number 3. JH feels that he has dealt enough damage for now, and he's just gonna sit back. Is he? Oh, he tried to go for an attack there, but there's too many zealots on the middle to fight into, but the micro there from JH is pretty on point, pulls the Marines back with the stim upgrade, and manages to chase the zealots down. There's no cannon in the front, so he might actually just go for even more damage than he's already dealt. JH is in the driver's seat. He's really showing a great performance here. And it's mostly his game. As I said, his main strength isn't per se his micro, although he's microing pretty well. It is his game plan. He's doing everything in the exact right order, not leaving any weaknesses, abusing every single opening that KangTaewan gives him, trying to push the advantage to the best of his ability. But now there's a Reaver there in the back. The Scarab comes. The Scarab hits only on a single Marine. But those Marines are running for their lives because that Reaver with the shuttle is way too deadly, specifically against Marines. So the Marines there gonna stay on the middle, maybe gonna pull back to the base. Some players like to keep those Marines on the middle just in case that shuttle flies over so they can take it and snipe it. But Zealot speed is finished here for KangTaewan. Couple Marines are still at home, so he's somewhat safe. The Zealots, they're running into the Marines. The Marines getting surrounded. There's nowhere left to go. He stims them down to the bottom side. Tries to snipe the shuttle there. But the shuttle there stays alive, runs away. Marines making their way out there. The medics scrambling for their lives. Gonna have to run to behind the depot wall. Reaver there still also on the chase. Double Reaver there. Double Reaver. That's a very deadly combination. And now KangTaewan might have some great chances to make a comeback because there's not that many Marines here. But the bunkers there staying alive. The Marines, the Scarabs are not really connecting with all too many units. The Scarabs are simply not connecting with the Marines. He's going to try to take down the bunkers, but he's re-stimming the Marines, putting them inside the bunkers. And that fight went really well for JH. And really badly for KangTaewan because the Scarabs just wouldn't connect. He did almost kill the bunkers there, though. These bunkers are going to go down as well. He did kill the bunkers with the Scarabs, but the Scarabs had to go for the Marines behind the bunkers, and he just couldn't hit the Scarabs. I think 2 Scarabs in total didn't explode, and that completely saved the fight for JH. If those Marines had died there, the fight could have gone very, very differently, because then those Zealots would just hammer down all the units here, but nope, it didn't happen. It wasn't meant to be. 2 starports there already in the back for raids or dropships. JH really likes to go for tank drops. It is one of his main signature moves. But sometimes when he's feeling the pressure, he doesn't go for it. Sometimes when he's feeling comfortable, he doesn't go for it. And now he's feeling very comfortable, and actually now would be the perfect moment to go for a tank drop almost pro, because there's no cannon anywhere to be seen. Not a single cannon. KangTaewan is going all out on the aggression. Got Dark Templars, Zealots, Shuttles. More Shuttles on the way, of course, as well. And another Reaver there in the mix as well. Shuttle speed is finished just about now. And there's a Storm also being researched. But JH is already out for the attack. But there's Dark Templars in the mix as well. The Marines are getting cut out in the middle of the map. And now there's, once again, not much here in the front to protect. But I don't think the Dark Templars or the Reavers will make their way in. Although it'd actually be a pretty good chance here for KangTaewan to try and force his way in. But the tanks are not to be underestimated. I do think he has a pretty good chance of trying, but there's a raid there going to take down the shuttle. The timing on that raid is impeccable. JH is sticking exactly to the game plan. He's doing everything as he wants to and counters every single thing that KangTaewan tries to throw at him. Something that Lee Baku was not able to do. Lee Baku got styled on by KangTaewan's Protoss, and JH is doing the opposite. Shuttle there, though, makes it a little bit faster than the Wraith. Dropship there moves out, though, but he saw it with the shuttle, so that's pretty bad news there for JH. Because now KangTaewan can prepare himself, at least that is if he actually did see it. Shuttle there still flying in circles, running away from the Wraith. KangTaewan keeping that Wraith busy for now. Ooh, tanks are arriving on the scene. Double tank drop there. Probes are gonna run away just in time. A little bit too late. Gets 15, 17, 18, 19 probe kills. So even more probes going down for KangTaewan there. The game is just looking worse and worse for our hero today. He's got a shuttle drop there ready to go though. And a lot of other zealots also ready to go though for a frontal attack. And this might actually be just strong enough to break through. Flies in with the shuttle there while he's attacking the choke. Going for the SVs in the back. JH is not running away. JH is not running away. JH has got it. Oh, the storm comes down. The storm is missed there, though. Still kills about 12 SCV, so it's something at least. He's also breaking down the front door, but I do think JH will survive this attack with somewhat small losses. About 13 SCVs gone, bunker gone, some tanks gone, some marines gone, but nothing to be worried about. Tank drop happening at the same time as well here, but this time around, the tank drop does not kill any probes. This time around, the probes stay alive, and KangTaewan is still in the match. He's still alive, and I wouldn't say in a good state, but he still has a chance to fight back against JH, or to keep attacking JH and force JH into a defensive role. A lot of factories here, though. A lot of factories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 barracks as well. 2 armories for upgrades, engineering beta on the top side to be lifted up onto the hill. It didn't make any more anti-air though, so only 1 Wraith there in the back, 2 Wraiths on the top side, a couple turrets on the bottom side, another tank drop flying across the map to go for the attack. Shuttle drop there being prepared for another storm drop on the SCVs, but which one is going to enter first? Is it going to be this tank drop or is it going to be the shuttle drop? Actually, both of them are going in at the same time. Who is gonna hit? Who is gonna hit this one? Probes are running away just in time. About 9 left on the minerals, but the storm drop comes in at the same time as well. JH is also running away. As he's getting stormed, he gets 2. Not that many kills. Kills some marines though there as well. But both players managing to, despite dropping and getting dropped at the same time, they managed to both keep their workers alive. Many players wouldn't be able to do that, but they managed to keep their workers alive while trying to kill the opponent's workers. That's somewhat impressive. A couple of hill tanks to defend. KangTaewan is still trying to recover, not making probes at the moment, even though he should, but he probably thinks that he's got more probes than he in fact does. So now he's making more again. And I think JH is just going to keep throwing out tank drops. He's never going to stop throwing tank drops until he believes that he doesn't have a chance. But he has a pretty good shot here from the top side and from the front side. He can unload there, unload here, pretty much anywhere on the top side of the base except the bottom side, because there's 4 cannons, a Dragoon, 2 more cannons there. It's going to be easy to defend from the bottom side, but it's going to come in from the top side. Though a drop comes in for him as well at the same time. Reaver there getting microed with the shuttle, but not really able to go in closer. Going to kill a lot of marines there though. Templar unloads as well, storms the marines, kills some stuff at least. Also did a frontal attack at the same time, but that didn't yield any fruits. But now a tank drop comes in from the north of KangTaewan's base. Barge siege up there pretty close to the SCVs. The probe there gonna get shot on, kills 2 of them, kills another 6. 6 in total. Try to take down the cannon as well to set up a future tank drop and make that one easier. Tank there still alive, still denying mining from KangTaewan. Tries to kill a couple more kills. I think only a single one. So back to 44 probes against 84 SCVs. JH is rich. Still only on 4 gas, so he's very, 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 very rich. Because pretty much all of his SCVs are on the minerals. A couple of SCVs are also building the base, so it's kind of deceptive to say he's got 86 SCVs. Because there's so many SCVs walking around the base, building structures. But another tank drop comes in there from the northern side. Once again, KangTaewan is forced to pull his probes away. He does it just in time. But the tanks are doing their thing. There, drop comes in as well on the other side of the map. Kills about 27 SCVs. Another storm there loaded up. Oh, that one kills 27, 28. Oh, even more of them. He went all the way down from 88 to 28, 60 SCV kills. KangTaewan manages to land a drop finally. 14 minutes into the game, he manages to finally hit a counter punch, and JH was too focused on landing his own tank drop that he kind of didn't expect or react well enough to the drop in his own base. Another drop there comes in, but this one's gonna get taken down by the turrets because there's no Corsair to escort it into the base. Now we got 2 tank drops coming in, one from the north, one from the south. Can KangTaewan defend himself against this one, or is it once again going to kill a bunch of probes? It's hard to defend 2 at the same time because there's simply 4 tanks, and he's gonna fly in from both sides. Almost gonna fly in from one side first, and then fly in from the other side as well. He lands a pretty nifty hit there, kills about 4 or 2, maybe even less, not too sure actually. But now comes in from the north, while KangTaewan is not watching, while he's not paying attention because he's going for the attack. He pulls away, but that's a massive hit! That's a massive hit. Massive hit, 54 down to 32. Both players are just all out, focusing on abusing their opponent's minerals and their income. It's just like a non-stop back and forth, and I'm sure that JH is once again gonna try to throw out another tank drop, which is basically, instead of like just sitting there and letting the Protoss abuse his minerals, he is actually turning the tables by abusing the Protoss's money, and he's doing it very, very well. KangTaewan, though, once again has another shuttle drop there on the bottom side, and he cleared out all the turrets there on the bottom side. There's no vision at the moment there to detect it. He throws down some scans to check the fronts. He said there's 2 shuttles there, so he might in fact not be expecting a shuttle drop to be flying in. It came in there just though, right about the same time, and he storms once again on the SCPs. How many did he kill? 38. 38. 38. 38 SCP kills. So both players pretty much just scrambling to keep their economy alive. Both players, time and time again, losing their workers. This is basically just a clinic of how to completely obliterate your opponent's economy, time and time again, and losing your own economy as well. So all he needs right now is some vision upon the hills to make his life a little bit easier. The engineering bay can fly all the way back. Science vessel there. Ooh, drop comes in once again. Can he find the spot? He finds the sweet spot. The Zealots are attacking those. Tank gonna shoot. Tank cannot reach the probes. So this time around, the probes again all stay alive. And now KangTaewan is in a small little mineral lead. He has a very small base as well. He has just not been able to build a base at all. If only he just made a couple more cannons around his nexus to protect his probes. He's being very bare bones with his protection. He's just believing in the fact that he can keep pulling his workers to safety time and time again. And JH trying to rebuild turrets on the sides, but KangTaewan already there to deny it and stop it from happening. Another 4 shuttle drop there flying over the bottom side. Gonna try to find a way in. JH has some defense here around this command center, some alliance, very good at taking down shuttles with their Karen boosters. Goes in. He arrives on the scene. Are there Templars in there? There's Templars and Reavers, in fact. Storms on the SCVs once again. Gets a lot of SV kills once again. 6, 11, 16. So that's 17 plus 16. Ooh, another one, another one, another one. Yeah, this is brutal stuff. JH is really dropping the ball here with his SCV drills, basically. Oh, another storm comes down once again, but he dodges that one just in the nick of time. So something JH should be doing is he's got the vision of this gas here, but he's not sending his workers to this gas. Also has vision up here, he's not sending his workers away from the base, just keeping them here next to the gas. He's being lazy with his storm dodges. He's dodging, but he's doing it lazily. And he's paying the price every single time those shuttles and storms come in. He's losing SCVs, and KangTaewan is extending his life and maybe even clawing himself back into the match, closer to a victory. Closer to a victory. Down 55 probes, slowly getting his economy back in order, but we've seen this before. He's been trying to get his economy back in order for the last 10 or 11 minutes. Forge there, double forge for double upgrades. He already has some upgrades finished, level 1 armor. He just hasn't been able to get any other upgrades so far. Whereas JH is on 1-1 for his tanks, 1 attack, 1 armor. Marines are on level 2 attack, although he's no longer making Marines because he's lifting up all his barracks to get more additional side vision. He's just trying to recover. He's got 4 command centers, so 46 SCVs now should be about another 4 added on per 14 seconds. KangTaewan still only on 2 Nexus, now 63 probes, a lot of zealots here in the front being loaded up into shuttles. I do think Janus or JH just scanned it, so he knows it's coming. He knows he has to prepare himself for that shuttle drop, and the barracks are floating everywhere, providing him with a lot of vision all over the map. There's no way the shuttle will not get spotted out. There, it gets spotted out. Once again, gets spotted out there on the bottom side. JH knows it's coming. Goliaths are already in position to intercept. He's adjusting the position just a little bit, make it easier to snipe. He's going to alert there on the bottom corner to kill the Goliaths for sure. Storms from the Goliaths. Goliaths are running away, trying to dodge the storms, but do take some damage there. The Zealots now running down and hunting those Goliaths. Most of the Goliaths have gone down. Most Goliaths have gone down. Storms on the SCVs once again, but the SCVs ran away just in time. Kills about 2, 3, maybe 4 SCVs with the storm. The Archons, the Templars on the bottom side, are recovering their energy. Pretty close to being able to storm once again. Question, of course, is, I think they're gonna go down. I think they're gonna go down. Yeah, KangTaewan finally adding gateways onto his base and starports as well. Also finally getting weapon and shield upgrades instead of just getting armor upgrades. Once again, shuttles being loaded up in the front. The game is now starting to get rolling as both players are getting richer, have a lot of workers, and are pretty much almost maxed out. JH is a little bit behind because he just lost a lot of Goliaths at the bottom side and Marines and tanks as well. So he's just lagging behind a little bit, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 factories to rebuild his army with. Not a lot of factories, but it's something. Frontal attack there happening, but the tank up on the hill is going to make life difficult. Also, the fire bats in the bunkers, of course, hitting hard. And now shuttles coming in from the bottom side. He's going to unload there because he sees that his raids ready to intercept. The raids dodging the storms, trying to kill the raids with the storms, but the raids narrowly dodged the storm. Oh, that one hit pretty hard. Now he dodges it in the end. Barely staying alive to clear out the units here on the side. Also a tank there up on the hill to make defending a little bit easier. Smart choice to put the tank there up on the hill. Level 2 weapon attack has finished. The air upgrades are also level 1-1. So both players on about equal footing. This JH's base looks very big, it looks absolutely massive, but there's only 9 factories. Whereas we're looking at 4, 8, 13, 15 gateways there from KangTaewan and 4 robos. So both players are actually about evenly big. It's just there's a lot of static defense here for JH, a lot of turrets. Supply depots take up a lot of base space as well. So JH looks bigger on the minimap, but he is in fact about the same size. But once again, our frontal attack going to try to break through, damage and distract while the drop comes from the bottom side. But there's, as I said before, barracks and science facilities and engineering base giving him vision on the bottom side, so this should never catch him off guard. And the raids are coming in to snipe the shuttles once again. 2 shuttle, 3 shuttle, 4 shuttle going down, but he starts to unload on the bottom side. Managed to unload almost everything. Storms for the tanks upon the hill, but the Templars have gone down. Reaver clears out some of the turrets, but in the end, the tanks upon the hill and the raids take care of that drop without any problems. And the frontal attack only took down 2 depots, and the bunkers are untouched, and the units behind the bunkers also untouched. So KangTaewan is trying to do a rinse and repeat method where he slowly tries to peel away at the outer layers of JH's base, but it's not really working anymore. It's not really working anymore because KangTaewan has to kill these structures floating on the sides. As long as those structures are alive, KangTaewan is going to have a very difficult time attacking. And now JH is even being a little bit bold with his raid control and his raid movement, scans for the shuttles and takes them down. Yeah, I'm gonna fly away after taking down the shuttles and delaying the inevitable shuttle drop that was gonna come. But now it's no longer a question of it is coming, but when is it coming? And it's gonna be coming a little bit later than expected. So KangTaewan starts filling out his base just a little bit more. He's getting more robos as well. But what he needs is vision denial. He has to deny the vision And JH is now feeling rich, strong, and comfortable because he's adding on factories. Zealous there up on the hill, taking down some tanks, but... well, there's nothing to take down here. Nothing to take down. Also, JH is building command centers to spread them out all over the map. Just keeps building structures to get more map control and make it harder and harder and more difficult for KangTaewan to ever get his shuttles inside of JH's base. Flies over the top side there, but there's a barrack there, so he spots it out. Gonna have to turn and fly towards the base immediately. Raids are ready to intercept, although there's only 6-5 raids, so this is gonna hit the money shot. Gonna arrive at the command center, starts alone, but the SCVs have already run away to safety. Storms on nothing at all, kills some SCVs are on the gas, but in the end, doesn't hit anything serious or concerning. Nothing to be concerned about. SCVs going back to work, and JH close to maxing out. KangTaewan remaxing his army as well. Level 2 1-1 upgrades. Very soon level 2 or level 3 armor, level 2 weapon, and level 2 shields within a matter of seconds. JH though on the other side of the map has level 2 weapon for his tanks finishing soon. Level 3 armor finishing soon as well, and has level what on the air? Level 2 on the air there as well, so he's very strong, very comfortable, and almost maxed out on upgrades. The Arbiter Tribunal there on the top side, got 1 Arbiter on the way and some Corsairs, getting Arbiter Energy, which leads me to believe he already has Stasis finished. Starts adding on Stargate on the top side as well, so he can switch into carriers whenever he needs to. Fleet Beacon there as well, Stargates are everywhere in the base. The air upgrades are level 0 armor, level 2 shields, and level 1 attack. And JH is now going to throw away his Marines to open up more supply space for a couple more tanks, a couple more Goliaths, or maybe science vessels, whatever he needs to fight against KangTaewan. KangTaewan now getting pretty rich there with the 78 probes. He's getting pretty rich. But JH as well is pretty darn rich. Has a lot of control over the map as well, a lot of command centers. He just keeps building and building and building command centers to float up over the map. Starts clearing out structures as well in his own base that are blocking his movement. I think he's going to keep building command centers so he can start building his depots and open up more base space. It's a smart move to do. Yeah, there's observers there. The shuttles got spotted out, but he's flying all the way around. Because he saw the raids with the observer, so he knows where they are. The Corsairs are going to go for a hunt. The Corsairs are going to hunt down the raids. Raids are going to try to run away just in time before the Corsairs get... He's microing the Corsairs. And in the end, the raids almost all die. But some of them stay alive, but they're pretty much on low HP, so not really worth... Yeah, he's killing his depots to build more command centers. He's going for like 50 command centers or something, just to have maxed out supply while having maximum base space to build factories on as well. Another shuttle drop there, gonna fly in over the bottom side. The Corsairs kill the raids just in time. Well, just in time. Just in time. There's no anti-air left except for some Goliaths strewn about the base and some turrets as well. He's going to fly over the bottom side. Where is he going to unload? Is he going to go for the command center? He's going to go for the command center. He's unloading very near the bottom side of the command center. Starts to load mass zealots and temples as well, but the SCVs have already ran to safety. Storms on the tanks, storms on the tanks, storms on the SCVs. But the raids and the tanks eventually do clear out that mass drop with ease within the blink of an eye. And now that's 90 supply dead and gone without any significant results achieved. KangTaewan is scrambling to rebuild his army as fast as he can. No carriers on the way because his carrier and air upgrades are still a little bit too far behind. No armor, only level 1 attack for the air. Stasis now on the way as well. And JH is still playing it slowly. He just wants to turtle it up completely. Sometimes JH goes for a quick kill, sometimes he goes for a very slow game where he just builds and builds and builds and keeps on building. And builds a little more. Until all the buildings that he wants have been built. And that's the game we're looking at today. Although he's got a big tank drop here on the way on the bottom side with a vessel. A vessel, of course, used for the EMP. Maybe a defensive matrix, maybe both. Doesn't have the energy for both though, only a single one. A little bit shy of a matrix and an EMP. Not a lot of tanks here on the bottom side. He's gonna fly in, scans ahead to secure the area and see where he can unload. Tanks now unloading next to the Nexus. There's gonna be a huge shot there on the Nexus as well. Nexus gets EMP'd, gets taken down within the blink of an eye. Starts to load his own mass drop back at his home. A lot of probes have died as well. About 40 probes are gone. And the dropships now also being sacrificed to open up supply space so we can go for a front attack. Now KangTaewan does have a lot of minerals, but almost no gas. Almost no gas whatsoever in the tank, because he just built a massive carrier fleet. Now KangTaewan has two options. Either I'm gonna rebuild my probe count, or I'm gonna go and gamble on an all-out mass attack with only 25 probes giving me income. And in this case, gas. Only 3 probes on the minerals, 2 probes on the minerals. A lot of zealots though. Carriers spawning soon as well. JH is preparing to go for the attack, but the fire bat is blocking him from moving out. This pesky fire bat is blocking him from moving out. So yeah, now JH is finally going for the attack, ready to strike, ready to finish the game once and for all. It has dragged on for too long. It is time to end this. The carriers are close to finishing, but not close enough, because JH is already setting up shop there in the front. The raids come in to kill the Arbiters. Those are the scan as well. The storm's coming down on the tanks. Really great storming there, but the tanks stay alive for just a little bit too long. And clear out all the zealots. Most of the tanks did go down there though. Storms were really useful. Only took them 4 storms in total. Mass drop there in the base as well. Mass drop in the base as well. SCPs are all safe. He's attacking the command center now as well. I can't click on the command center though. Oh, I got it. Command center is getting repaired, but he stormed a lot of SCPs to death there. But in the end, he's got a lot of SCPs still left alive. Not sure where they are. There they are, returning back home. Another mass raids there, hunting for the carriers, ignoring the cannons completely. Carriers, with their lack of upgrades, not that tanky, not that strong. The course is going to save today, but they're a little bit too late, as there's only 6 carriers left. He lost a total of 4 of them. A total of 4 carriers lost. That's a huge investment. A huge investment that he just lost there to the raids. And that might have just secured the game for JH. Because now his army is pushing through the front door. Dark Templar's trying to try to save the day. Carriers in the back building interceptors. Tanks are pulling back to their own base because they're not quite feeling safe. Because for some reason he's not using the scan. There's the scan. Gonna take down those Dark Templars and resume the push. More tanks are on the way from the base, ready to break this game open once and for all and get himself a second win. Annoying Dark Templar there though. Annoying Dark Templar. He's gonna build a Nexus here. So you can mine gas from the bottom 3. Or the bottom 2. So yeah, once again, fight erupts on the middle, but honestly, not much of a fight. Not much of a fight. He's just hunting down the remnants of the resistance and putting an end to this fight once and for all. Goliath's getting stormed to death. Carriers entering the fray. Goliath's count is pretty low, so the carriers have a pretty good shot at taking down the tanks and the carriers and the Goliaths. The carrier mech is really well done from KangTaewan here, but the raids coming in as well. They're in the back. There's a lot of Corsairs there though, ready to take down those raids. Observers there as well. The cloak will not make a difference whatsoever. Goliaths are directly firing on the carriers. The carrier damage is a little bit low because they're only on level 2 attack, level 1 armor, level 3 shield, whereas the Goliaths are on maxed out upgrades and the raids are as well. Wraith marketing on the top, looking cute. Of course, he's coming in to kill the raids. Goliath still firing on the whatever they're firing on. Not sure if is he firing on observers. He's killing observers. He's killing the observers to open up the ability for the raids to go in for the fight, and the observers have died. The storm comes down, but the storm misses the raids, and now the raids are hunting down the carriers. There's 11 carriers in total, but there's nothing to fight back against those raids. There's no observer left at the scene. And he's not realizing it. He's not realizing it. He's going to try to kill the raids by attacking his own carriers. What an absolutely insane person, and it's working as well. It's working as well. He killed the raids by attacking his own carriers and using the AoE from the Corsairs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job done. But there's a big but. There's a big but that I can't deny. And it's looming over KangTaewan. And it's his impending doom. Because he's broke. He is broke. And not just by a little bit. He is very, very broke. 7 carriers, a big army, but only 36 probes in total. And he's sitting back because he's got no choice. He has to sit back, prepare himself for a massive attack, and pray that, oh please, oh Lord, please make it work. Please make it work. Can he make it work though? That's the big question. Can he make it work? JH is sitting here menacingly, up to something, making mass scans here on the side. He's for some reason not attacking anymore. He's just sitting back and relaxing. He knows that... Is he gonna go? Is he gonna go? He's going. He's going. It's a mass attack against mass attack here on the middle of the map. How's this fight gonna play out? Beautiful, 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 beautiful chaotic fight here happening on the middle of the map. There's just so much stuff going on here. We've got Valkyries, Goliaths, and it looks like the fight is actually easily won. Very easily won for JH. He just wins the fight absolutely super hardcore, chasing down the carriers. They're all going down without a fight. This is brutal slaughter. There's no chance. Not a chance. And that is the game. JH wins the match in 36 minutes of back and forth probe and SCP abuse. And in the end, JH, with a very solid game plan and a very campy playstyle, manages to take the win from KangTaewan, who at some point just couldn't fight back anymore. So let's give a win, let's update the score chart here and give win number 2 to JH. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the match. It was an exciting match. An exciting match in a very, very typical JH style game. Very typical JH style game. So come back tomorrow for part number 3, where either KangTaewan makes a comeback or JH wins it all and goes towards the finals. Thank you for watching.